Nice, I can indeed read. And today we're going to talk, as promised, about a very special band, Empire of the Sun, and their brand new album, Ask That God, that has just been released, and I am here to give my esteemed thoughts upon this great work. This is their fourth album. The first three albums, Walking on a Dream, Ice on the Dune, and Two Vines, were, quite the trilogy. Walking on a Dream is classic. Ice on the Dune is like, yeah, another one. And then Two Vines is, we don't talk about that, which is why I was so hesitant about Ask That God. And you know what? I was beyond surprised at this album because, honestly, I think you could argue that it is their best album. Maybe I just like their first one because of sentimental, memory associations and all of that fun stuff, because that was like the album of my youth. But this album has just an astounding maturity behind it, and we'll get through that. But I gotta kind of show you what I got so far. I did get the vinyl, and I got the CD, just because I only need, the CD, as you know about my CD collection if you've watched that video. But I've recently started getting vinyls, and I just wanted an excuse to basically give them some more money because they deserve it, and I want them to keep making good music. I did order some art prints by them as well, but those are in the mail, I suppose. The CD is important because it comes with hopefully that is discernible, a signed little pamphlet, insert, cardstock, whatever, from Nick Littlemore. That's him right there. And then Luke Steele. That's him right there. Luke Steele obviously used to have the band The Sleepy Jackson, and Nick Littlemore has Panow, which actually one of the songs on here is like a Panow song, but whatever. That's fine. But I just wanted to show that off first, and of course, you have the CD, which is in my radio right now, and just a little booklet. And the booklet with the CD and the vinyl have the same pictures, so I'll just show off the vinyl pictures because they are a lot bigger. We'll get this slid away here and back to the big boy. Set the book off to the side for now. What was fun about this is you could have gotten like their signed vinyl or their regular vinyl, which I didn't need a second, autograph, or you could get this limited edition special color record, which I will attempt to pull out here. Oh yeah. Hopefully the sun doesn't totally wash me out or this, but look at that. Just jubilant, exotic, overall enticing tropical orange. I mean, that is just tremendous. I'm going to attempt to have it more in front of the camera, as if that will help anything, considering my camera doesn't autofocus. But there's sort of little ribbons and blushes of a darker orange, almost red, among the orange yellow. Just, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm not really a vinyl guy. This is only my second vinyl, as a matter of fact. I will. It's always so weird trying to handle these sorts of things on these videos because I'm like trying to do it in a way that's the most conducive for sounds and whatnot. But then it's like now I'm awkwardly putting it in on this weird angle just to, I feel like I look super weird when I'm, obviously. Anyway, I'll set that to the side over here. And we'll check out the book real quick, and then I'll do a quick song by song breakdown. You have the cover, amazing. And the copyright on the back is in Latin because, why not? Why not? As my favorite Pokemon would say. We got this picture. A very exasperated and kind of sweaty looking Luke Steele and Nick Littlemore. You got the lyric page, which we'll be coming back to. Our emperors with their little octopus friends. Some more fun covers. Their car is sinking into the river, or the water, or who knows. It's from their video changes. Now, time for the song by song breakdown. What's interesting about this album is, they're a pop group, a pop band, and their first three albums, which is even, this album's even making me want to go back and really try to listen to them and analyze them. But their first three albums always kind of just seemed like, happy, fancy-free, whimsical. A lot of the songs were about, relationships or, partying or love and life, kind of usual pop group, topics. And with this one, the first, the A-side was, it kind of had, some, that's kind of interesting, but most of it was pretty, pretty head-banging. Changes was good, but, a very good, album intro. Cherry Blossom was kind of your typical old-school love pop ballad, which I feel like I've already listened to, from their other albums. Music on the Radio is a total bop, you can't stop dancing to it. Same with The Feeling You Get in AIOU, and with Television. We'll get into the lyrics here in a sec. It kind of starts to morph a bit into something different. And then with the B-side, you have, also the B-side is the songs that they didn't tease, they don't have music videos for. So you kind of went in knowing all about, the fun, happy dance songs. And then it gets to the B-side, and Happy Like You is like, oh, you're really sad, and you wish you could be like everyone else, and everyone else seems to, to do it so effortlessly. Then you have Revolve, a song about how, you see boys and girls revolve around, everything, and how everything, kind of like the first three albums, seems to revolve around love and partying, and you seem sort of detached from it. And then you have Wild World, which is arguably the best song on this album. And it's haunting, it's melancholic, it's introspective. It's like, what? This is Empire of the Sun. Wow, they matured. They were already adults, but they really grew up, you could say. It's like, wow, I never expected a song like this. Almost eerie to be on an Empire of the Sun album. And it just totally hits you. And then you have Ask That God, which, alright, I gotta change my camera real quick. And then Ask That God, again, kind of seems like you're searching for something and that they feel incomplete. And then Rhapsodize is almost experimental. It's one of their slowest songs. It has weird inserts of like nature documentaries going on in the background. It kind of sounds totally detached from what they usually do. And it ends with the song Friends I Know. And we'll just pull up some lyrics from these songs. But like, Friends I Know has lyrics like, maybe I drink alone, but maybe I drink with friends. I just don't know, you know. Maybe I feel too much, but maybe I fall in love with all the love, not lust. Maybe I'm too soft, just maybe not tough enough. While others rush, I flow. Maybe I'll die too soon. It's kind of like, oh, here's another one. Maybe I'm a dreamer, maybe I'm a sinner. Maybe I'll overcome what I once believed for. Good night, my friend, sweet dreams. And then the album just cuts off, kind of in the middle of a melody. There's not even a real grace to it. It just kind of, it ends on an almost nihilistic note, you could say. And that, to me, correlates back to, say, Wild World, where they're talking, somebody told me everybody's lonely. So many phony innocences in me, and you can't have it both ways. Everybody's gotta do my love. 'Cause we're opening doors, and you're waiting scores, and your fragile mind is shaking lion's door. And they just sort of echo the words wild world, in this like chasm, this sort of chasm, this void of sound. It's just, sounds like it should be in a Silent Hill game, you know what I mean? And it's astonishing because even the earlier kind of pumped up songs like Music on the Radio, the lyrics are, I wish I could change the weather, enjoy the sound of silence in my car. These things I just can't hate forever. I find a crowded place to fall apart. It's like these guys shouting out for help, It's an album I highly recommend. Of course, Wild World is tremendous, and Music on the Radio, I think, is their best, banger song. But it's just unlike anything I've listened to them before, and you need to check it out. You need to check it out for your own good, and then check out their older albums too, because those are also great. I know this is kind of a short review, but as per usual, recently, I'm doing sort of shorter videos. It's something that I've been listening to this album on repeat for like a week, and it's just not able to leave my mind because I wonder what's next. Are they going to have more introspective work, more dreamlike work? A criticism about some of their older albums would be that sometimes a lot of their songs just sound the same. And with this one, they were so vastly different. And so vastly, this huge departure from what it usually was. And I'm just in awe, But like their first song says, I'm going through changes. And this is their first album in over 10 years, I believe. So it kind of makes you wonder too, what's happened in this 10-year span, Like for instance, Luke Steele's son was in the music video for Changes. So maybe they've grown up, they've had families now, their relationship with each other has changed, and I just think that's important for art to grow and to develop and to not always be the same. But that's just me. Anyway, I hope you've had a good time listening, and I hope you do yourself a favor and listen to some Empire of the Sun. But as you know, I am M. Price. This is M. Price Can Read, and as you further know, Dog City never sleeps. I hope that you may may sleep in this wild world.